from talking to other people, they also have some concerns, mainly about the cost of this project. So my first question is, why was this construction project started before we knew what the total cost was going to be? Now, that's a reasonable question. We don't go out and buy homes if we don't know what the cost of the home is. We don't go out and say, gee, I think I can get a loan for $2 million without at least doing a little bit of work. So it seems rather strange to me that any town would go out and start construction of a project when they didn't know what it was going to cost. So I called my friend Farrell, who's a former Vail council member today, and I asked Farrell, I said, hey, did Vail ever start a multi-million-dollar capital project before the council knew how much it was going to cost? And he started laughing. He said, no, we never do that. I said, okay, thank you, Farrell. Now, I'm a proponent of more public parking in Avon, and anything that can be done to improve and increase public parking, I'm all for that discussion. What concerns me about this project with the pavilion and the Main Street is that there doesn't seem to be any additional public parking for this project. Now, I have a problem with that for several reasons. One, we're not all like Jake over here, who lives by the lake, that can conceivably walk with his family and friends to the facility. Jake also, I believe, lives along the bus route. Now, some of us in Avon that are being asked to pay for this stuff don't live on a bus route, and we don't live close to downtown. We got to drive down here and go to a concert, and I'm not sure what to tell folks on the campaign trail where they're going to park for almost $4 million. That's a problem for me. Next question. $3.8 million. Has there ever been, I can't find it, maybe it's out there, a cost-benefit study that the council produced that could go to the Avon taxpayer and say, this is a really good idea, these are the really good benefits, this is how we think you're going to get your money back on this, please let's go ahead and vote for this and put it on Tabor. Has a study ever been done like that? Have I missed it? I'll take that as a no. The study wasn't done. The other problem I have is that at $3.7 million for a multi-year capital project, that thing should be on the ballot. I'm all for the process of the council going forward and saying we have this great idea. It's really going to help the town. Here's the selling points, but gosh, it's our job to represent your interests, the folks that are going to pay for it. Okay, it goes on the ballot. We're going to come out with a ballot question and let you guys who are going to pay for it decide. Not do this certificates of participation, which is a deliberate attempt to step around the taxpayer and go and get the money and stick the taxpayer with the bill. I have a major, major problem with that approach. The other issue I have, and this is under the heading of, does this pass the smell test? I believe in the future, when elected, that Avon Town Council members themselves should not be allowed to bid on multi-million-dollar capital projects in the town of Avon. It doesn't look right. Case in point, Mr. Evans, who owns Evan Chafee, who won this construction contract, isn't here tonight. His employee told us recently, if I wrote it down correctly, that he's in France on a 10-day bike tour. Well, good for him. I understand, too, that Mr. Evans doesn't even live in the town of Avon anymore. So these kinds of things, when you talk to people on the campaign trail, don't pass the smell test. It doesn't look right. So I think in the future, we're going to have to take a serious look at that. I don't mind if council members pick up a small contract to plow some snow or something like that. That's not my issue. But when you've got a multi-million-dollar capital project and it's given to a council member, it just doesn't look right. So those are the things that I'm concerned about with this project. If it was up to me and I was in charge, I would stop this. I would find out exactly what it's going to cost. I would then go to the taxpayer and I would say, this is the amount of the bill. Do you want to pay for this? Do you want to finance it? These are all the benefits, and take a good hard look at it. You still can do that, I'll remind you. Anyways, those are my concerns on this project, and I'll turn the floor over to anybody else that wants to make comments. Thank you.